Welcome to New Game Plus,
your new place for everything video game and tech related.
And today we've got a ton of cool packs planned for you guys,
as well as some announcements for upcoming game releases.
So let's just cut to the chase and get this started.
What was that?
Sorry, I was scrolling on TikTok the other day and was watching some really cool edits of the best video game character of all time.
Best video game character ever?
Well, yeah, the way he wields the sword with his dark and serious personality, total aura farmer.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Of course, there's only one option, right?
Jin Sakai! What?
Look, man, it's okay to be wrong.
I know that, but I'm not wrong.
I mean, Sakai's cool and all, but over Sephiroth, really?
Yeah, really. We're talking about the ghost himself.
All right, man, let's just do the news and you'll change your mind or something. I don't know. Hopefully a miracle happens.
Yeah, fat chance.
Attention, please. Please give way to alighting passengers before boarding.
Starting off, we have a sequel that's got me on the edge of my seat.
PlayStation's Ghost of Yotai released October 2nd and is showing off some stunning visuals, flashy combat, and intense storytelling.
Follow Atsu, a wandering mercenary, as she goes on her journey to enact justice for her family, who were assassinated by a gang known as the Yotai Six.
With new people to meet, new areas to explore, and new bad guys to slice up, this game definitely gonna get me back into the Samurai's phase.
Check out the game now on PlayStation.
Man, with Atsu taking the spotlight, it looks like Jin's all washed up now, huh?
Never call my goat washed.
Sorry. Next up, we got some digital shenanigans.
Digimon has digivolved their game with their new release, Time Stranger.
In this RPG, unravel a mystery that spans across the human world and the digital world.
Meet new characters, explore unique realms, and collect and raise a wide variety of Digimon to save the world.
You know, sometimes I wish I could Digimon.
That way you could be an even bigger loser.
Ouch, man.
Make sure to check out the game on these platforms. Lastly, we've got the return of an old classic.
Make that 2.
Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 are re-releasing on the Switch 2.
Super Mario Galaxy was a part of the 3D Mario All-Star Collection released for the Switch, but now Galaxy 2 makes its debut on a new-gen console.
You can grab either one for $40 each or as a part of a $7 bundle. Nintendo will also be selling a physical copy of Rosalina's storybook as well as new amiibo figures.
Man, that game is my childhood.
I know, right? Mario in space? Who would have thought?
Pretty cool releases, right?
Sure, man. Whatever.
Are you still hung up about the character thing?
I don't know. I just can't believe you right now.
All right. Here, I have an idea. Let's ask our friends about some video game characters they like and see what they come up with.
Sure. I guess I can't be more ridiculous than you.
Well, then let's just throw to the packs then.
Have you ever wanted to play a flying robot? Maybe you like zapping bad guys. What about mind controlling them? Do you like flying around invisible while your team does most, if not all of the fighting? Look no further than Jack in Gears 5 Horde. I'm T-Haw, and this nimble little bot is the utility-focused role in Horde mode of Gears 5. And here, we'll go over each of his abilities, showcasing his versatile kit. Jack has 2 core abilities, one for each of his arms. A jolt of electricity fires out from his right arm, and a beam of healing energy fires from his left. His electrical attack has a limited range, and its damage output is only impressive against smaller enemies like Juvies and Shockers. Its big upside is that it stuns enemies for the duration of its attack. This stun gives your allies a chance to attack them while they are incapacitated. Jack's other attack is actually a beam that targets nearby defenses and allies, repairing damaged defenses and refilling their ammunition. It also heals allies and revives them when they are downed. Those two abilities make up the core of his kit, but they're not his only tools. Gears of War as a series is a more horizontal game, focused around its cover system, but Jack is a flying robot. As such, he can move into areas both his enemies and allies can't reach. This more free-form style of movement, not available to any other class in Horde, gives Jack a lot of options, like reaching a downed ally in a contested area. Now, another key ability to Jack's kit is his passive invisibility. When Jack isn't performing any active abilities like healing, attacking, or dashing, he automatically turns invisible, allowing you to slip in between your enemies, or just outright hide from them. The invisibility is disabled if Jack gets too close to an enemy, leading to bad situations. Jack's last ability of his primary kit is the ability to pick up weapons and ammunition. This allows Jack to give his allies a new weapon, or resupply them with ammo. That's Jack's basic kit, but every class in Horde has an ultimate ability to turn the tide of battle. What could this little robot possibly have in store? At the start, I mentioned mind controlling. That's right, this little robot can mind control your enemies. It doesn't work on every enemy, namely bosses, but anything from sires to scions is fair game. This is Jack's ace up his sleeve, turning the tide by providing him and his team a brand new source of damage. So that's Jack. Quick, sneaky, and very helpful to a Gears 5 Horde team. We've gone over his utility-heavy kit, showing off his movement, attacks, and abilities. This is T-Haw. Thank you for your time.
Pretty interesting picks, huh?
Sure, but I'd still say yours is the worst.
All right, man, why do you even like this Jin Sakai guy, huh? What's so good about him?
That's easy. Let me take the stage for a little.
One, two, three, four.
Jin Sakai grew up in the quaint little village of Omi with his mother and father who trained him to be a samurai. All was good until his mother died. This really affected his father, who became cold and distant, which heavily impacted Sakai's relationship with him. It also impacted Sakai's training as it became harsher and more unforgiving. When Jin was a teenager, his father, ordered by the Shogun of Japan, took him and traveled to Iki Island in order to lead a campaign that would shut down the beginnings of a raider rebellion. This is where Jin truly witnessed his father's cruelty, watching him massacre entire villages and slaughter innocents just to achieve his goal. That cruelty came back to bite him though, and Jin had to watch his father's death at the hands of a raider. After the death of his father, Jin was taken in by Lord Shimura as his ward and continued to train in the way of the samurai. Until a group known as the Mongols, under the order of Khotan Khan, invaded Tsushima, taking over most of the island and killing or enslaving anyone who tried to fight back, including Jin. Luckily, Jin manages to barely escape with his life, badly beaten and all alone. Now, Jin is on a quest to take back Tsushima as he travels the land, facing the ghosts of his past, and even tarnishes the very samurai honor he was raised on. If that isn't an amazing backstory, I don't know what is.
Huh? Oh yeah, sure thing, man. Pretty cool stuff. What?
Just play the next pack.
Alright, what is up? Welcome back to another free to review episode. Today we are looking at the lore and backstory of a character from Apex Legends. Before she was Wraith, her name was Renee Blasey. So basically, Wraith was studying and researching how she could get to alternate dimensions. So after one of Wraith's experiments, she lost her memory and then pretty much began hearing voices inside of her head. She woke up in a detention center with pretty much no memory of her past.
There's someone in my head.
Of course there is. You're crazy.
And then after a while, she saw like alternate versions of herself from different dimensions. In her mind, she was able to discover abilities to control alternate paths that she was in.
Still armed. His right. Grenade incoming.
After she broke free from the facility, she became Wraith, which is now in Apex Legends. Wraith's abilities are Voices from the Void. Disembodied voice warns her when danger is near, so if an enemy like aims or shoots near her, it'll pop up a little character icon and she'll have a dialogue. Tactical is really cool. She can phase and become immune to damage, and she gets faster, which is insane because you could be in the middle of like a 1v3 and you could get out of there so fast. Been chased. Lastly, her ultimate, which is the ability that has to charge up over the period of the game, called Dimensional Rift. Portal between 2 points from pretty much anywhere on the map, as long as the ability doesn't run out. Right here. Ready? Okay, it's just me and this entire team that's on me.
Got an upgrade to choose.
That's not good. Wow, okay. I'm dead here. Awesome. Come on. Too easy. Hello, emote. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's special character episode. Peace out.
Look, man, I know what it looks like, but I was listening most of the time. And while I admit that Jin Sakai is pretty cool, he's still not cooler than Sephiroth.
All right, well, what's so great about Sephiroth?
I'm glad you asked. Before becoming the emanator of aura we all know and love, Sephiroth was originally part of the Shinra Electric Power Company's soldier program. And he wasn't just any old soldier. His accomplishments in the field of battle gave him the status of celebrity war hero and the ideal example for both the Shinra military and the company's soldier program. That is until he was sent on a mission to the Nibelheim reactor, where he learned of his true origins as a synthetic being. Upon this truth, Sephiroth had a breakdown and chose to denounce the human race, developing a messiah complex. He claimed to be the chosen one, destined to lead the planet, being driven by a desire for godhood. Sephiroth is extremely powerful, wielding his signature sword, the Masamune, a blade that was really freaking long. But that's not all, as he also can wield some pretty powerful magic. His signature move literally ended the universe. He's just so cool. That's why he's my GOAT. Were you even paying attention?
Oh, of course, man. Mostly.
Whatever, let's just play the next pack.
Hello, and welcome to the Content Corner, the show where I talk about video games and technology that piqued my interest. I'm Nicholas Givens, and this week we will be talking about the computer software that is almost everywhere these days, from the classroom to the conference room. We are talking about Microsoft PowerPoint. PowerPoint has gone through evolutions over time, but the software initially came out in 1987. Back then, the software was mostly used to generate overhead transparency slides like the one in this picture. By the mid-1990s, with the advent of projectors you could hook up to your computer, PowerPoint gained the capability to present whatever your presentation is about directly from the software, which is the norm today. These days, PowerPoint's designs range from the plain to the downright elaborate. The software is so well known that the phrase PowerPoint presentation has become kind of a catch-all for any slide deck presentation prepared on a computer. And unsurprisingly, PowerPoint has its competitors. Examples of competing software include Keynote from Apple, which is only available on Macs. By the way, the earliest versions of PowerPoint were exclusively available on Macs before expanding to both Macs and Windows devices. Another good example of a PowerPoint competitor would be Google Slides. Google Slides is web-based and cloud-based, so you can use it on any device, and it is popular in its own right as it is offered for free, unlike PowerPoint, which you have to pay money for. You can also convert Google Slides files into PowerPoint files within Google Slides, which I think is an excellent feature, though PowerPoint does have a free web-based version of it as well. I have done my research on PowerPoint alternatives, and I'm going to say it, nothing beats the OG PowerPoint, though Apple's Keynote does come a close second. So does Google Slides, which I have been familiar with since 2014. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Content Corner. Next week, we will be talking about the history of paid television, from traditional cable to paid streaming services. I'm Nicholas Givens, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.
Well, it looks like we really couldn't decide on a video game character that was the best.
You know, I've been thinking, and I realized it doesn't really matter.
What?
Hear me out. I mean, there are so many different characters out there, and just like us, everyone's different. So when you think about it, it's kind of nice knowing that there's a character out there for everyone. So yeah, also, I might have been overreacting a little bit, and I realized that this whole argument is kind of washed anyway. Don't you agree?
Never call my goat washed again.
Welcome back to the Easter Egg Collection. I am the Easter Egg Collector, and for today's episode, I want to talk about some Easter eggs about humanity's greatest enemy, the Covenant. A group of alien species from the Halo series, the Covenant is a common type of enemy you end up fighting throughout the games. With that, the developers have added countless Easter eggs related to them, and I found a couple of Easter eggs from my collection that I would like to show you guys, so let's hop into it. Our first Easter egg can be found in the Halo 5 main menu. Waiting in the menu for long enough, if you have the patience, you'll end up seeing a grunt flying through the empty, cold vacuum of space. Is he alive? Good question. I don't think they can breathe in space. For our next Easter egg, it can be found in the Halo 3 campaign mission, The Ark. When you enter the room full of sleeping grunts, sneak past them till you get to the right-hand corner. You should be finding a brute taking a waz. As you can see, he's doing some weird motions to get the last drop out. But to be honest, I think there are better ways to do so. Once he finishes up, he should be going back to his regular duties. For the last Easter egg, back on Halo 5, in the campaign mission Battle of Sunneon, you'll enter an area with 3 turrets. Eliminate 2 out of the 3 turrets, and while you're at it, eliminate all the enemies in the area. Once you've destroyed 2 out of 3 turrets, and all the enemies in the area, head up the stairs to a building where there's a shielded door blocking you from an area where a group of grunts are singing glorious tunes.
That shield. How do we get in there?
I don't know what they're singing about, but it sounds beautiful. Thanks for joining me on this divine journey of discovering some Covenant Easter eggs. Tell me your favorite one in the comments below, but until then, I'll see you next week. See you later, guys.
Well, that looks like all the time we have this week.
Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and also comment below what is your favorite video game character.
And as always, we'll see you next week. All right, man, why do you even like Jin Sakai? Like, guys so much.
Which one?
So let's just cut to the chase and get this started.
What was that?
That was my slice. Sorry, I was... No! Dude, good acting, good acting.
Dude, I love being a host.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
so much fun.